Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé the other way. We're on episode 5, I believe. Yeah, episode 5. So we're just going to get right on to it. Please like and subscribe to this channel while you're at it. So we're gonna kick things off with Nicole and Mahood. So this episode, as we all know, Nicole had moved to Egypt to be with her husband Mahood. And, she didn't really want to go, but she went anyway. She has an issue with the culture differences and whatever. So this episode starts out with Nicole in the bathroom. And she's cleaning the bathroom. And, she's basically, she's taking forever in the bathroom. And remember, she's staying with Mahood's family. And they have, a full house. So she just wanted a little alone time. She took her grand old time. Mahood's mom's like, go check on Nicole. Go check on Nicole. She's just cleaning. Then she starts crying because she feels homesick. Mahood comes in and checks on her. And, he feels like he's doing something wrong because she's homesick. And she said, not everything is Mahood's fault. And everything, this is just all new for her. So, they had that discussion. Then later we seen them, Mahood took her on a walk around the neighborhood. And I guess they were from what it seemed like they were in a neighborhood where, they don't really have women there. I don't know. It was just what I got. It was just the vibe that I got off from the episode. That the woman there, it's just not common walking down the street or in this particular neighborhood. They went to some kind of cafe and then everybody was just staring at Nicole and it just felt awkward. So they went to this little cafe. He asked the waiter, is it okay to have my wife here? And the waiter said, yeah, it's fine. But, I don't know why it was just so, weird and why everybody was staring at Nicole like that. It was just whatever. But last week, Nicole mentioned, she don't have any friends. She doesn't have any friends in Egypt. And she wanted to be friends with her sister-in-law. With her sister-in-law. And, and the sister-in-law was like, no, there ain't no friends here. I'm just stuck at home, basically. And so Mahood was she suggested to Mahood that she wants to meet some of his friends. And his friends, it's just an Egypt culture. You don't really meet, your best friend's woman and everything. And it's just not common. But Mahood was like, you know what, I'll try it just this one time. But this is going to be the one and only time we're going to do this. So Nicole and Mahood, they go to a restaurant, they meet up with his friends, and his friends, they only speak Arabic, so she didn't understand fully, but Mahood translated, it was nice to meet you, whatever. But then they were just all looking on their phones. I think they were just thrown off about it and everything. And they understood that she's American and that this is common for her, but it's not common there in Egypt. So it was just a little weird. Nicole got weirded out by it. She said, okay, now I understand, Mahood. Never again and stuff. There was just a lot of things in their scenes that just, kind of just was just a little odd to me. It was just a little odd that, everybody was looking at her when she was walking into town, into that cafe, and why she got really, weirded out after the meeting with her friends. I didn't really see, any, no one did, anything to make me feel otherwise. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of, and I'm not trying to, bash the culture over in Egypt, because we've seen it back on 90 Day with Eva Muhammad. But, I do think Nicole is just way too timid over there, and it's just not for her. And she's just trying really hard not to offend, but the more she's trying not to offend, it seems like she's offending even more. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Next couple I'm going to talk is Jen and Rishi. So Jen and Rishi, last week they ended up with that argument about him lying and the arranged marriage talks and whatever. So this episode, Rishi got Jen this nice outfit, nice little Indian outfit. It looked really nice. She was grateful for that. They meet up with Rishi's friend, and then they go over to, and he tells them that they're looking for him, that Rishi's family is looking to find someone that he can marry in the arranged marriage. And Jen asked him how long have they been doing that, and he just said really recently, and like she didn't know that it was recent. And then on top of that, later we found out that the parents had actually been looking for over the last 2 years. So she's really livid right now. She's not trusting, starting to have trust issues with Rishi and everything, and she's just livid. So they go meet the family. She just tells the family they had to put on a lie. She just has to tell the family, like, I'm here. I just moved here. I love it here and everything. And the family's like, why did she move here? Something's a little off. Nobody from America just really moves to India. Well, what is she really doing here? She's like, oh, I love Jaipur and all that. But, like she was asking the family questions. So, are you guys putting him in an arranged marriage? And they're like, yeah. And like, how long have y'all been doing that? Oh, and the family said about like 2 years and stuff. So now Jen is just like, wow. She had to keep on a straight face, but she was just like, I'm really gonna hurt Rishi. Like, she is really livid with him about that. So I don't know. Everyone keeps saying this is Jenny and Submit 2.0. By the way, speaking of Jenny and Submit, we got to see them on Pillow Talk last night. So it was a nice little new couple to join the Pillow Talk family. I was surprised that Submit actually did well. But anyway, back to Jen and Rishi. Rishi just put himself in a big hole that he needs to dig himself out of, because Jen is livid. He has not been honest with Jen. And, Jen was just like, I really want to tell the family the truth, but, I don't want to hurt his feelings or anything. And she also said this, if I was the one to tell him, then that's me doing the work for him. And he is not getting off that easy. So yeah. Anyway, that was Jen and Rishi. Next couple I want to talk is Osama and Debbie. So we finally got to meet Osama, and he is from Morocco, and he's a loner. He has like a lot of cats. He gave me cult vibes when he came to cats. He has a lot of cats. He said he just likes being alone. We've seen him skateboarding and stuff. You remember, he's 24 years old and Debbie's 67. We've seen him skateboarding, like they don't really have much. He has a computer. So, and on Pillow Talk, it was just weird. They had mentioned like how he was on his computer outside somewhere, and we were like, how does he get Wi-Fi and everything? So I don't know, because he doesn't work. He mentioned that he does not work, and he's just a loner. So we got to meet him. Debbie finally moves to Morocco. Now, we've been seeing Debbie with her son Julian, and her son Julian's had mad opinions about Osama. Like, one, he just thinks his mom is just crazy for going there to marry him and stuff. Like, and Debbie's just like, you know what? I'm just an airplane away. And her son Julian was like, is there anything I could say, do, pay for you to stay here? And she's like, nope, my mind is made up. She got her mind made up. She won't turn back now. So he eventually accepted reality and dropped all her stuff. She bought like all kinds of diamond stuff that she was just like, TSA is just gonna have a field day with me, because they're gonna think it was this crazy lady bringing all this stuff that's probably gonna not make it through airport security. But I guess it did fine. But yeah, I'm happy. And Debbie, she's seasoned the day, and you know what? I understand from for her son. For her son, I feel you, man. I feel you, man. Like, you're losing your mom. I know you're grown, but you're losing your mom to another country to marry a 24-year-old. It just, it's just odd. And then even on their car ride, we actually got to meet their daughter. And the daughter was she was a little bit more supportive. She's just like, I mean, I'm not thrilled about it, but, you do you and everything. And so they called the daughter, and she was somewhat supportive. And, and then Debbie told Julian, he's like, so she's more supportive. And he was like, no, she ain't. She's just being nice right now. That we all know dang well that she's not supporting this or whatever. So Debbie gets on the flight, Julian leaves, he's like, I'm not good at goodbyes, but, like I said, he eventually accepted reality. So yeah, that was Debbie and Osama. Next couple I want to talk is Gabriel and Isabel. So Gabriel and Isabel, they only got one scene in this episode. We found out that Isabel was working for a law firm. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty good work. And doing that in Colombia, that's good. But she quit the job, and she's helping Gabe with his business. And I guess like Gabe does some kind of clothing line or whatever. And so Gabe, this episode, like Gabe had to, he said he's been in Colombia for a few days now, and he hasn't been working since he's been there. And he has to transfer all his stuff from the USA to Colombia, and he said that's been tough. And he's trying to get back to work and trying to sell some things. Well, he forgot his stamps in Miami, and it cost like a lot of money to get some stamps in Colombia. Like I think they said like over $300. So he said that the stamps would take like a month to come in if he was to get them sent. And so this episode, he was just stressing and everything. Isabel was just trying to tell him to calm down. It's okay. We'll get through it and everything. And, this is the first time we've seen Gabe a little uptight and everything. They didn't have any discussions about the parents. It was just more about business. He said, you know what? When Isabel joined the company, it feels like she's in, Gabe said he likes to be in control, and, Isabel there, she's taking control. But with them going from English to Spanish a lot, he said he is really